All right, all right. We're live. We're live on YouTube now. All right, peace, family. This is Brandon B. Dixon. You tune into the Power of Ownership podcast. I got my guest host Stephen Contreras in right now,
Hey guys, how are you doing?
and you're live from where right now?
I'm about 2 hours northeast of Denver right now, Colorado.
Uh-huh.
There's snow. There's snow everywhere on the ground. It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
It's
How
like
many inches of snow?
about two, and it's like 28, 26 degrees outside right now.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean that's that cold weather like that, man. I don't. Is it a dry cold or a wet cold? Huh?
Dry cold. I've been training though. I've been doing high intensity training, so it's actually pretty nice. I'm kind of used to it already.
Gotcha. Yeah, I went to the school in the Midwest, man. I never could get used to the snow and all that. Let me go ahead and sync while I got it here. Before we go ahead and start out, I'm gonna go ahead and sync the podcast to it as well. So if you're looking at us on YouTube, make sure you subscribe as well to the Apple Podcast, the Spotify, so on and so forth. So we'll go ahead and start that show as well. So again, y'all tune into the Power of Ownership podcast. I'm Brandon B. Dixon. I got Stephen Contreras here. Let me introduce myself real quick. I'm a published author, a mortgage broker, serial entrepreneur, community activist, so on and so forth. My book, Sales, the Nucleus of Any Profession, is on sale right now. So it's on sale for holiday season. I have a website, hocmortgage.com. If you want to go ahead and apply for a mortgage right now, go ahead and do that. Now there's a lot of people getting ready for 2020 and getting home ownership for 2020. If you want to go ahead and have me as a mentor or need sales coaching, business coaching, motivational speeches, whatever, at bnloanofficer.com. I just got the new logo. Did you check it out?
I did. I liked it a lot. It was cool.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and add to the website. That should be coming soon. So at billionaireloanofficer.com. I'm gonna let Steve at Billionaire Loan Officer on all social media. So like, subscribe. We are over 1,000 subscribers right now. So less than a year. So I think it's a great accomplishment. I've been looking at a couple of vlogs and a couple of blogs and comments. A lot of people have been working on their YouTube for like 4 or 5 years, and they don't even have 50 subscribers. So 1,000 in what, like 10 months? How long have we been doing this?
We started in February, I think, right?
Yeah, so 9 or 10 months. It was at 0 or whatever, and now we're at over 1,000, 1,080.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So that's a great accomplishment. The only thing we need from you guys, this is what we need from you guys, man. Don't click on and off it. The average view time is 5 minutes. So we need you to watch the whole episode. Go ahead, leave it, and leave it in like conditioner. And you leave it in, and then go ahead, just let the whole thing roll. Leave it overnight. So we need the hours, we need the view time in order to monetize the channel. So we're about halfway where we need to be in order to monetize the channel. So we need you guys to view it more, watch it to the end, and watch a few episodes.
Yeah, you can put it as background noise too. Just try to learn stuff while you're working or anything like that helps.
Right, and for those who watch us or listen to us basically on Spotify, that's our biggest audience. People we more audio. I guess they don't want to see our ugly mugs. you know what I mean, right now. So we got to make it more visually appealing. But people listen to us more than they watch us. But you could just listen to the audio as well on YouTube. So I do this a lot. I have my phone going and I sync it to my radio, my car, and I listen. Even though the video is going, but I'm still just listening. So you guys can do the same thing when you got windshield time, especially if you're in one of those big cities. So go ahead and just listen to us, man. On the video, just use the audio. So we need the view time. So this add to that note. I really want to keep this show lighthearted. I'm gonna go ahead and introduce the show. Then Stephen, you can go ahead and tell them what you got going. Again, we talk about if this is your first time. We talk about ownership of businesses, property, intellectual property, so on and so forth. We also bridge the gap into ownership of the mind, body, and soul. We touch into the unseen realm, so we kind of got our own lane as well. So we teach you how to bring stuff into fruition using knowledge and occult things, different new age spiritualism, so on and so forth. So we're kind of the gurus in that lane. Stephen, go ahead and introduce yourself, and then we're just gonna go ahead and get going.
Yeah, I'm Stephen Contreras. I'm a geologist here in Houston, Texas. I'm kind of like a Renaissance man, studying of the arts and sciences, just trying to help people, one small step, one video at a time, trying to get people to think a little bit differently, just opening up the mind and, like you said, mind, body, and spirit. That's why we're here.
Right. So we're just going to go ahead and get started. This is going to basically be, we're not going to keep you too long. Again, since our average view time is 5 minutes, so we definitely want to keep the show short. I see that's the formula. So we were this first year, we're just kind of figuring things out. We're just testing the water. We have no experience on being YouTubers. None of us, both of us have never worked in broadcasting or radio. Well, I did a little in college. I did a little radio in college. I got fired like my first 2 weeks, but I played Wu-Tang. This was like back in like 94, and it had cursing in it, so they were listening to my show and all that stuff. They're like, man, you can't add any rock into your show. I'm like, nah, man, mine is all hip hop. So they came pull the plug on me. But other than that, we have no experience at this. So we're basically trying to get better. We're basically just testing the water, trying to build up an audience, so on and so forth, which I think we have, it's slowly but surely. We're not a mega YouTubers yet, but that's the goal. Sometimes it takes a while, it's not instant noodle type thing. It's, maybe it takes a while, and we're just going to promote and, go from there. What do you think so far about year one, Steve? And like, give me your thoughts and so on and so forth.
Well, yeah, it's been a great year. It's been fun. I think it's been overall like a really big success. I think we've helped a lot of people, and yeah, it's like I didn't think it'd be this popular like going into it, and now it's really taken off, and it's a lot of fun. And being able to voice our opinions, trying to help people, it's a really good thing. So.
Well, I still think we're at infantile stages. I think it's still to get. I'm trying to get 100,000 subscribers and 1 million subscribers, so we're a long way away from that. So, but it can happen. It just takes a couple of viral moments, and I don't know. Maybe a huge following might not be the thing. It might be a niche, or maybe 40,000-50,000 followers, but we got 40,000-50,000 dedicated followers. So that's not a bad thing either. So again, we're not teaching. It's not that much entertainment. It's more of education than entertainment.
Oh, for sure. It's and hopefully the people who watch these videos, they'll be able to like use it in their daily lives. That's the goal. And if we can just change one person's opinion, or being able to help that one person out of whatever they're going through, we did our job.
Right. So I mean, that's the thing. It's not. We sugarcoat the medicine a little bit. I mean, we could do probably a little bit more things. That's kind of the premise of this particular show, to recap the kind of what can we do, maybe to sugarcoat the medicine a little bit, make it a little bit more entertaining. Coming in 2020, we're going to definitely have a few more guest stars. We kind of been slacking on that and just been busy in 19 to do more guests. We had a few guests. Shout out to all the guests that we had. For 19, I had a few realtor partners. We had your guy, music,
Future Phil.
Future Phil. We had a couple of people. We could definitely add more guest stars to the mix to kind of broaden that subscription basis, broaden the horizons of our show, local business owners, so on and so forth, that we could probably touch in 2020. Also, I want to add the element I was talking about on Instagram Live as well. Maybe doing some question and answers live as well, question and answer shows. For people that's and I was waiting on those to get a little bit more popular. To get more comments, get more people watching live, and so on and so forth. So that's what I was kind of waiting on for those. But yeah, we definitely got a few things for 2020 ahead. We definitely want to get out 52 shows.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so it's going to be 52 shows every Sunday, once a week. That's the commitment for 2020.
Yeah, and like you said, that the guest stars are going to be, we're going to have more guest stars, and
right,
yeah, throwing up the flavor and everything like that. It'll be fun.
Gotcha. So this is the question: what's some of your best moments? Like, take us back, take your time. What's some of the best moments? What's some of your favorite shows? What's some of your favorite questions that we had in 19? Just thinking back, like, what's your overall, as a fan? Let's say, take yourself out of the equation. As a fan, what would be some of your favorite moments from the show?
Definitely the winning episode when we talk what it takes to be a winner,
Right.
And the differences. I think that was one of my favorite ones. I think we really went into like what it takes to be successful, and I think it really helps people out. Like, because you take something like people who don't know how to be successful, right? And we show them like, okay, maybe if you push a little harder, do things that you don't want to do, and do them, and what it takes to have that winning mentality and try to get out of the social norms. I think that's one of my favorite ones.
Right. What, as a host, what are some of your favorite moments as a host?
See, as a host, definitely the one with my friend Future Phil.
Right.
That's a good one.
Right.
Like, we got to talk about music. I can talk about music all day. It's a lot of fun, and so that's definitely one of my favorite ones as being as a host.
Right. So, you guys go back and check that out. If you want to see what we talk about, go back and look at some of the old episodes. They're going to be vintage real soon. So as we grow and progress, as we get better and better at this YouTube thing, you're going to see how archaic they were. So it kind of, as we build and learning how to do this, one step at a time. So there's nothing. I'm learning. Like I said, I on my spare time, I study YouTubers, and I study the shows, the how-to shows, how to get better audiences and stuff like that. This how I got the StreamYard software. So just trying to get better and better at it. You'll see, as in 2020, we're going to make some leaps and bounds. As far as me, some of my favorite shows, I like the Hater episode. That was the most viewed, by the way. I think we had over 1,000 views on the Hate. I think it was just probably just the words in there, how I tagged it. Got a lot of traction on it. You know what I mean? So the Hater episode was great. We broke down how the actual psychology of a hater. There was a couple of shows where I like the winner show, where that was the one we were talking about. We played the 2 for the money, right? Yeah. So that was a whole nother, realm. I like the one a couple of weeks ago talking about relationships. That was a good one as well. Yeah. So a couple of jewels in there. I was telling a couple of people that commented on the show, that text me personally. Like I said, if you really listen to us, a lot of stuff we say is tongue in cheek, but we give you a lot of information on how to transform your life. But it's a niche. A lot of people, that's the problem. Like, a lot of people don't want to get better. You know what I mean? So it's a niche that we're talking to. We really got our own lane, but it's a self-help with not only economics but spiritualism. So it's a real niche product. So I mean, everybody can use it, but does everybody want to use it? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the relationships one is a good one too. That was a fun one. We like broke down like what it takes, the different levels of relationships. That's good.
Right. So Yeah, there was a couple of good moments, and then get the actual format together. Like we was filming, everywhere, all my office, and
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
filming everywhere, getting that situated. We actually formed, got a lot of hate from just using different various places. I want to kind of now that we could go ahead go mobile and live, I'm going to utilize that aspect a little bit more as well, like going live at different places, maybe doing a couple of venues, and going live and doing the show live and remote, from the cell phone. You know what I mean? So that might be a good thing as well. So just to kind of switch up the format, So I'm thinking of that in 2020. So
Yeah.
like you were talking about in New York, New Year's Eve live, New York, that'll be, now I can use the cell phone. That'll be a great idea.
Yeah. So what are your plans for the new year? Do you have any big plans?
I hadn't decided yet. It's either going to be New York or ATL. So I'm leaning more towards ATL because it's a hell of a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
Almost a third. I was actually up late last night looking at the tickets and looking at the hotel rooms. It's like a fraction of the cost. But I know New York, I've never been to New York or New Year's Eve. I know it'll be epic. But it's going to be cold. So.
Oh, for sure. You gotta get out of your comfort zone, right? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I mean, it would be great, but it's gonna be hella expensive though,
Oh, for sure.
and I'm not gonna. Plus, I'm a workaholic, so in Atlanta, I'm licensed in Georgia, so I can work and semi-vacation. That way, I don't feel as guilty. You know what I mean? So just doing, if I'm in New York, I can't really work. I could answer my emails and stuff like that, but I can't promote. So it's like a fish out of water. So I'm not licensed in New York. So then I don't think you can do any social media anyway. New York has weird rules. Like if I was licensed in New York, I couldn't do any social media advertising strictly for New York. It's weird.
Yeah, it's probably like a safety issue too, probably, right?
Yeah, New York got weird rules. New York is one of the most difficult states to get licensed in. For obvious reasons. You got a lot of $1 million properties, of course, but New York is difficult, man. They got all these lawyers and they got all these laws and they got weird laws, and yeah, it's like I'm probably not going to get licensed in New York ever until I go nationwide. So I'm probably going to stick to. Oh, so another thing I wanted to announce. Just got licensed in Louisiana. So California's coming as well. So Louisiana and California is going to be, so I'm going to be licensed in 4 states for 2020. So
sweet. Congratulations.
Louisiana, California, Texas, and Georgia. So realtors, get at me. You want to me as a lending partner, one of the best to do it. Get at me. DM me, so from there. So again, we don't want to keep you too long. What else your thoughts on the show, the progression of the show, where you want to see it go?
Yeah, this next year is going to be really big. It's going to be like our springboard, right?
Right.
We set the ground floor. Now we're going to just keep going up from here on out. And
Right.
it's gonna be really neat to see. Like I said, hopefully we can get some like really cool, interesting guests on all different aspects of life. I think that'd be pretty sweet. Just be able to bridge the business worlds, or some people might be more business oriented. Some people might be more spiritually oriented. And so it'll be cool to see like how we get that to shape up. I think it'll be really neat.
Right. Another thing I want to do for 2020 as well is we should have recorded that speech at the elementary school. Stuff like that. I want to go live. Now that we have over 1,000, we could go live and do a show like right there on that type of stuff. I also want to do a lot of people podcasts like cross marketing. We've been invited like to a couple of different ones. We just hadn't got to it. Like, so just going on other people's platform and then having them on ours, so on and so forth. So a lot of people have, quite a few. I know we got to get to it, man. Quite a few have asked us to come on the podcast, their podcast. So the guest star and kind of throw, their footage on our channel and so on and so forth. And then, so
Yeah.
that's kind of the goal as well, to kind of, that's going to expand the market so their audience can be our audience, so on and so forth. So
Yeah.
that's one of the goals. Yeah, it was just, again, like I said, 19 was just a trial year, basically. Let's figure it out. Let's just start it, figure it out as we go. Not really any game plan or anything like that. Let's just start it, and then we'll figure it out as it goes. That's kind of how it was. It kind of was random. I know I want to get into this space. A YouTuber and social media expert and so on and so forth, and using this to build a brand period for future endeavors that we have. So, that way you already have your in bed, market. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it does. And
I got 40 to 100,000 followers. That means I already got that market covered, or whatever we come out with. It's already embedded. You got that many eyeballs on you already from the get-go.
Yeah, if we can incorporate it too into Facebook Live or whatever they do, that'd be nice as well.
Right. I'm gonna try to figure a way out, like, we could kind of connect it together, like maybe Instagram and Facebook kind of doing either pre-shows or something.
I think you can. There's a setting I think you can like share on your Instagram to automatically share to your Facebook at the same time.
Yeah, they do on Facebook for Instagram, but I'm talking about the YouTube. See, YouTube is the oddball. You see what I'm saying? So it's like with my Instagram, my Facebook, it's already they kind of, because they own, Facebook owns Instagram, so they work synergetically together. So I have a huge following on Facebook. I have a huge following on Instagram. YouTube is the problem.
Yeah.
But see, the thing is, Google owns YouTube. So if we could tap into that market, it's already kind of starting. Like when you Google Brandon B. Dixon, it's already the shows are starting to get tagged, and the brand is starting to get, So it's just that it's a whole nother animal to build up.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's not really, user friendly, compatible with the other two major, outlets. So like, I'm trying to find a way to incorporate it kind of seamlessly, but it's not. This is its own entity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just is what it is. And it's a more difficult entity.
So, so do you have any big goals for 2020?
As far as what aspect, like I said, I did a whole show,
like a business goals.
Several, So I mean, as far as the podcast, yes. Again, getting more sponsors, getting more eyeballs, getting more subscribers. Yeah, that's the whole thing on that. As far as other businesses, I got 2 new businesses that we're going to be starting in 2020. I got 2 new books. I got a whole bunch of stuff on the plate for 2020. I want to, for mortgages, I want to expand leaps and bounds with that. So I got, my whole goal is I'm going to work all 365 in 2020. And I'll take not one day off. And that's the goal. I'm all 365. I'm going to be doing something, coming up this year. So I'm not a day wasted, and I'm not marketing, promoting, even if I have to take a day and, just work my social media for an hour and not leave the house, but something's going to get done every day in 2020 to promote the business. That's just what it is. So I want to launch these 2 businesses, and I'll finish these 2 books, and we got a book coming out later on this year. We already announced, so that's going to be on the lookout for that later on this year. I want to get started probably on that, maybe like March. Shouldn't take that long to jot that down. Again, I don't want to have it more than 250 pages. Probably like early 212, something to that effect. 225, and something easy, because you make it too hard to read, they're not gonna finish it.
Oh, for sure.
It's just is what it is. It's the new age. You know, you make it 400 pages, they're definitely not going to finish that.
It's true.
So make it a quick, easy read. Bigger print, bold print, something that they can read in a weekend, or maybe 2 sittings. That's kind of what it is. That's where the trend is going. The big, thick books are that's textbooks now. So,
Yeah, I'm reading a 689 pager right now.
Right. On what topic?
Just overall and general, I guess, guidance, really.
Right.
Just life lessons.
Right. So that's going to be strictly for professors or something, because I don't think the average Joe is going to have the patience to read.
Well, that's why I am. I'm a teacher and a student, right? Always.
Right. So it just is what it is. I have several people. My book, Sales and Nuclear Preventing Professionals, is 133 pages. There's several people that hadn't finished reading that, and I wrote it to where in order to get it, you have to read the whole thing. Mm-hmm. It depends on each other. You know what I mean? So
for sure.
So people hadn't finished that. So 133 pages. So people are it's different, man. So people rather get their knowledge from memes and stuff like that. To really dig and read, it's kind of like pulling teeth. So I'm gonna make these little short books, but I'm gonna make a lot of them. And if I want to add to it, I'll put a volume 2 out, edition 2, and so on and so forth to kind of add, beef it up, so on and so forth. So that's the kind of the formula I want to do. Just like with music, songs now are like 2 minutes. A minute 45 seconds nowadays. If you listen to the radio now, they used to be like 3 and 4 minutes. So the attention span's got that. Even it's cut in half from just like 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what songs are like one verse and a hook and a bridge, maybe?
And that's not even music, right?
Right. So like it's real, a minute and 45 seconds. That's the whole song.
Yeah, symphonies used to go on for hours, right?
Hours, yeah, that's gone. Lectures and stuff like that. People want the minute lectures, the clip on Instagram, so they don't want to watch the whole 4-hour lecture or anything like that. They just want the highlight, the minute or less. So,
yeah, there is no shortcuts, right?
Well, it just is what it is. We got to figure out ways to give them the medicine on how they're accustomed to getting it. So we can't fight that. So we're gonna have to give them. Make quick points and not really, and again, I know it's a different audience that we're trying to go. We're trying to go for the overachievers, but at the same time, we're trying to make, people that's on the verge of overachieving, go ahead and give them that push to come on this side and be overachievers. So a lot of people are not going to have that where I could sit down and watch a 4-hour lecture and be happier than a kid eating cake. A lot of people will sit there. Well, they'll get tired after 4 minutes. So in fact, that's what my days. As I work, I don't just sit there and listen to music. I listen to lectures. So as I'm working on the computer, so I kind of do a double time, TED talk or something to that effect. So that's just me. A lot of people hadn't reached that level yet. There's more shock value entertainment. They like that stuff, and it's quick and move around. Blah, 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 blah. That's just what it is. It's the new age.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe this, as we're brainstorming, maybe doing something to where I'm gonna probably, since I could go live now on my cell phone, I'm probably gonna take the apes, the All Positive Energy, and convert them to YouTube. And maybe go live to promote the show. I don't know, but people love the apes on Instagram. So if you look at it, the apes got more views than the actual show itself. Apes got a lot of views. Apes will be having at least a couple hundred per time. So I don't know. I'm gonna figure something out. Maybe doing an ape on YouTube, and I'm trying to figure out why I don't double work myself.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Making it for sure.
So maybe we need to, they love the apes because it's like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and I get to the point, and it's something thought provoking. You know, so that's why I was thinking maybe doing the apes and then expanding on it on the show.
Yeah.
You know, so you got two audiences. You know, and I can still capitalize on it from YouTube. Maybe converting that to maybe bringing the apes to YouTube. I don't know. We'll play with it. I'll play with it too. Because it's weird, man. It's like when I was putting the apes on YouTube, nobody will watch them. When I put them on Instagram, it's hot.
Well, yeah, all the kids are using Instagram, you know.
Right. So it's weird, man. It's weird. So yeah, I just wanted to give you this show real quick. We at the 30-minute mark. To our insight on where we want to take the show, just brainstorming. If you got any ideas or you want to comment, go ahead and leave us comment below. That's our suggestion box. If you're a fan of the show, been watching us since day one, give us some comments. I'm tired of people. Don't text me directly. People call me, leave some comments. So people encourage people to leave comments below. So it's it's like that. Where you dance with the girl, the first guy to dance with the girl, then everybody else start dancing with the girl. You know, so comments below, ask us the questions, and I'll respond to you. You know, what do you want to see? What do you want to see the Power of Ownership podcast evolve to next year? You know, what do you want to see with Ape? You want to see it on YouTube? You want to see it on Instagram? You know, I kind of do whatever I hear. You know, with the feedback. You know, so if I have to put one on each, I'll do one on each, you know, so whatever y'all need. You know, so
yeah, and make sure y'all tell us like what your favorite moments were, like what your favorite videos are. Leave them in the comments.
Right. So yeah, what do you want to see? What do we do good? What do we do well? What do we do bad? I already heard that we promote too much. You know, it takes too long to get to the point. You know, I've heard, you know, it takes about 5 minutes after promotion. Hey, that's not going anywhere, especially once we get sponsors. You know, so you're gonna have to fast forward. You know, so I'm gonna get all of my promotion out of the way first. You know what I mean? That's not going anywhere. That's one critique. We're gonna promote all of my products, and then once we get sponsors, I'm gonna promote all of their products. Then we're gonna get to the show. This is what it is. You know, so probably at the front and the back. So that's what the slide bar is for. You can slide over, boom. Now, what I can do, I can probably make all of them universal. Like we promote up until minute 5. You know, it's all introduction to promotion. So at minute 5, you know the show's gonna start. You know, so for all our regulars, that way you know exactly. 5, you can fast forward it to 5:01. You got what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, for sure. I like that idea a lot. It's good.
Yeah, so that's what I might could do on that. You know, but we definitely gonna promote everything up front. You know, to get it out of the way, especially once we get sponsors and all that stuff. So sponsors, get at us, man. Call me, 832-775-8357, available 24/7. So give me a call. Let's go ahead and take it out. You know, I got to promote at the end as well. That's what we do. You know, HOCmortgage.com. Get your mortgage, man. Get your second house. Let 2020 be the year that you get that financial freedom. You get financial cushion. And one of the best ways to do it is getting you some rental properties. You know, make you some passive income. So HOCmortgage.com. I did quite a few properties this year, but I want to triple that up for 2020. So HOCmortgage.com. Go ahead and get with that. BillionaireLoanOfficer.com. Again, I got one mentee. I need 2 more mentees for 2020. If you want to make some money or learn how to make some money and you want to change the trajectory of your life and learn these soft skills that you didn't learn in school, BillionaireLoanOfficer.com. And that's another thing. I'm going to get active on that a lot as well. So we can do a lot of live shows from my training classes and stuff like that. So that's going to be coming as well. Look out for the webinar, 6-Figure Sales Success. At BillionaireLoanOfficer on all social media. Like, subscribe, talk to us. Steven, I know it's at Steven_Contreras_90 on your Instagram, Facebook. Where else you at?
Oh yeah, Instagram, Facebook. Yeah, that's all I have right now. I'm probably going to open up a Twitter here soon.
Right.
And yeah. So that's where you can find me at Instagram, Facebook, and I'll probably be opening up a Twitter starting the new year.
Have you got any people that's come from the show and started following you?
I think 2 people actually have.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Hmm.
So I mean, like I said, we gotta get all the markets. You gotta follow us on everything. Follow us on everything that you're following us on. That's the whole thing. People that's following me on Facebook, people that's on Apple, Spotify right now, follow us on YouTube. Like, subscribe. We want to get that uniformity on across all the platforms. So like, subscribe. And that's it, man. Let's go ahead and take them out. Anything you want to promote, like before we get out of here? Anything events you got coming up in 2020? Don't you have an event or something coming up?
I'm not even sure. Honestly, I kind of live in
an
the
event coming out in January.
Yeah, I'm here. I've been here in Colorado until January or the end of December, and then I do a lot of side stuff. So I can't really talk about it online. But I mean, it's just I have a lot of things going on in my life, and I do a lot of volunteer work, and so it keeps me pretty busy.
Right.
I just worked 12 hours last night, and that's why if you pay attention to the video and watch my eyes the whole time, like they start to droop because I am exhausted. So.
Right. Mm-hmm. So again, like I said, stay tuned for 2020. This is the last episode for 2019. We've had a blessed 2019, our first year of the podcasting. We're expecting great things for 2020. We're going to create great things for you. So we need some Patreon subscribers as well. So if you like the show and you're an adamant follower of the show and listen to us, go ahead, become a patron and help support the show. We're looking for sponsors. We're looking to build the brand up even further. Now that we got our foot in the water, now we're going to start to dive in and try to make this thing as big as possible. So remember, God is a Verb merch still available. So we're going to come out with a couple of different tees, merch tees, and all that stuff for 2020. So stay tuned for that. So God is a Verb. Remember, and personal responsibility is your only savior. And we're going to see you in 2020. You guys, if you are celebrating the holidays, have a safe and blessed and prosperous holiday season, and the same with the New Year's. And we'll see you back on, what is it, the 5th of January?
I think something like that, yep.
Yeah, 5th of January, 2020. Go ahead and enjoy. Watch all our old episodes during the holiday season. Go ahead and binge watch those. And I'm going to get ready for 2020. All right, and with that, we're going to say peace.
Peace, guys.